Testing 1, 2, 3. A, B, C, D. Hi. So in this video I'll be talking about my experiences with quitting my job, as well as discussing certain pointers and questions which may help you guys if you're considering quitting your jobs as well. Alright, so some backstory before we dive in. I worked as a UI UX designer and then rose to the ranks of a product manager within 2 years time, and I was the youngest PM there. And so this isn't the story of someone who hates their job and then quit, but I did like my job, but there were certain reasons which rather pushed me to quitting. One of the major reasons was the fact that it was getting monotonous. I wasn't really learning anything. I was repetitively applying the same knowledge again and again onto different specifications, requirements that kept coming in. So I felt like I had hit a plateau of sorts. The second major reason was the fact that there were a lot of limitations that were being put up at work, and this sort of started gnawing into the flexibility I had at work with respect to the experiments I could run. Because of the curtailing of freedom that was happening, a lot of restrictions and constraints, I started feeling more suffocated at work rather than more free, and this was another reason for me quitting. So the third reason was something which was deeply personal. I call it the undying call from the underbelly. This was like an intense urge, something that was pulling me from within. It was very unsettling, I would say. I knew that I had a knack for photography from a young age, but videography was something which was completely new to me. I'd been in the field within for only about 2 to 3 years, and that was purely travel related stuff, but I knew that I loved it. I knew that I loved shooting videos. I knew I loved to travel. I knew I loved to edit them and then put them out for you guys to watch. In a way, it felt really freeing from all the restrictions and limitations that were put on. I had an escape here, and I could resort to it whenever I wanted to. So the possibilities were endless, and there was a point where I legit could not work, where I just couldn't sit in one place with my work, and I was just constantly seeing YouTube videos and learning something about editing, or like trying to shoot some videos here and there, even during work hours. And I knew this was the time, right? So I realized that I had to work on something which I was like super passionate about. I wanted to actualize my potential and not work for someone else's dream. Life had started to become, comfortable, and like it was an autopilot. So now I thought it was the time to take matter into my own hands. I'm really excited. I'm really scared as well that I'm going ahead with this. If not now, when, right? In one of my first videos, I even said the same thing. I would not want to regret this decision 30-40 years later, where I'm not able to perhaps take this up or have more additional responsibilities which are weighing me down. And now is the right time, I feel, and I am privileged enough to take this particular decision, and obviously with the support of my parents, my friends, and it just means a lot to me. If you guys are, or if any of you are considering to perhaps quit your job, I want to give you guys certain questions or pointers that may help you answering certain questions that you may have, which may then lead to you either quitting or not quitting your job. So these are just questions to ponder over. You're not going to receive any answers from me, but this is for you to ask yourself these questions and get certain answers if you may. So the first question is, are you really passionate about this, or is it just some side gig or hobby that you want to pursue? Take your time with answering this. Take a couple of months, maybe even a year or two, to even figure this out for yourself before you actually jump in. This is really important for you to figure out. So question number 2, do you have any responsibilities and commitments? Do you have loans to pay? Do you have people you might need to take care of? Are people dependent on you in some way, right? So you might have to think of all these things before taking a call. Question 3, we sadly live in a capitalistic world where money runs everything, right? So are you sure you can be profitable from this business or perhaps this passion of yours? Figure that out. Just see for inspiration in some way, where perhaps people who might have had a course similar to yours, how they are doing, and what is the scope of work involved, and like how much is a reasonable amount of range where you can earn and sustain for yourself. The fourth question, do you have enough savings to sustain yourself for the next 2 to 3 years if needed? Question number 5, are your parents supportive of this cause? This is very important, because I understand if you guys want to go on your own way, you guys can, there's no problems with that. But if you do have your family support, there's certain advantages that come with that. You do not have to pay rent, you don't have to cook food, you don't have to wash your clothes and stuff. There is some amount of saving of money and time which you can invest into the work or your passion as well. This has one downside: you may not have the freedom that you think you have. There may be familial commitments here and there that may pull you in, which you can't avoid. So that's the only downside, but trust me, like, the amount of money and time you save here is really quite a bit. Question number 6. Do you have an overarching plan about this new jump that you're gonna take? Even if you don't have one, it's alright. Try to make a very simple initial first draft of it. Some overarching story or some overarching aims that you may have towards actualizing this dream. And as you get information, as you grow later on, you can keep changing this as per your will and as per your needs. So I'm just starting out and I'm super excited about it. My main aim is to have the freedom to do whatever I want, whenever I want, however I want it. And I know this is a little far-fetched, but well, aren't all dreams a bit far-fetched, right? So I'm super excited for it. I have faith in me. I believe that I'll be able to. Welcome on board, guys, to this amazing journey. I hope you guys have a pleasant stay, and do let me know in the comments what sort of content you guys would like to see, anything specific, and I'll try my best to cover that in the next coming videos. And take care, stay safe, and loads and loads of love to you guys. Goodbye.